Boys, I don't even know what to say. Straight up bull, We just finished UFC 321. There's good news and there's bad news. The good news is it looks like we might get another title fight for December, which I'm fully down for. Triple title fight headliner. I am so down. Bad news is we just wasted our whole build up for this, our whole hype for this. Destroyed. With that being said, as you guys can see on screen, we're running through every single winner and a couple losers. And we're going to do some rare matchmaking on who they should fight. And yeah, as you can see, well, we also got those prelims. We'll go through those ones fast because there are some bangers on that prelim. But I know a lot of you guys don't care that much for the prelims. We'll run through them fast. But let's get into the main card. The main event, Serial Gone Tom Aspinall. It just happened maybe 5 minutes ago. And do we know the full extent of the injury for Tom Aspinall? No. We might be seeing a Bisping situation. This dude literally couldn't see for 7 minutes after the eye poke initially happened. So not the greatest look, kind of concerning, but more likely than not, give him a few months, he'll be fine, he'll be ready to go, he'll get his eyesight back. He's probably seeing doubles right now, a little blurry. Hopefully it's not straight up black, but yeah, I forget who it was who also had a pretty bad eye poke recently, who did say that it took him half hour to an hour to get his eyesight back. So I'm hoping same thing for Aspinall. The good thing is neither of these guys took any damage. They're ready to go straight away. And if I'm either of these dudes, I want to fight before the year is up. I want this I guess it's a rematch now. I want this rematch before the end of the year. And that's who I have them matched up with. I have Gane versus Tom and Tom versus Gane. I was debating just giving Tom Volkov and Gane Jailton Almeida. Because what the fuck was that? People are crying that Tom's a little bitch and all this stupid nonsense. When are we forgetting? This dude got eye raped by Gane, not just once, but double eye raped. And it wasn't the first one. People are being like, oh, Tom's so soft this, soft that. I quickly rewatched the fight, and I think I counted like 3 eye pokes before the initial, big eye poke. So 100% deserved. Anything should have been a DQ loss for Gane, because what the fuck was that? Another great thing is Tom's fighting stat, how long he's fighting inside the octagon doesn't change that much, because it did 100% look like this was going to be a longer fight than a lot of us anticipated. I thought Gane was going to get smoked the first exchange, but we did okay on predictions. I think we got four wrong out of the entire card, which isn't bad. Let's get down to Mackenzie Dern, because this is a real photo. Mackenzie Dern is champion, which is insane. And I look through the division, and there's nobody on a good win streak other than Lupi Godinez. This fight's next, and it's crazy because I did think that Jandiroba was a decent fighter. I thought she was a good fighter, but after watching her versus Dern, either Mackenzie Dern just leveled up, or Jandiroba was just garbage. She didn't look all that good. Yeah, she was able to take down Mackenzie Dern, but not do anything with it the entire fight. Type of fight. Let's keep moving down. Umar Nurmagomedov got it done, and pretty much what I predicted happened. I did think it would have been a 29-28 decision, that Bautista would have got one round here, 30-27 all across the board. But I also did say it was not one of these fights where people are going to be screaming for the rematch. And on a one-fight win streak, I don't want to continue this nonsense of, yeah, he's on a one-fight win streak, give him another title fight. I need at least a win streak. I can't have one. I need at least 2-fight win streak in order to justify another title shot. And that's what I think needs to happen for Umar. And looking at this, Umar isn't a, super active fighter. Someone who's fighting here pretty soon, I don't think is going to get the job done. And I don't think is going to take crazy damage where he's going to have a shit ton of concussions. I think after the December pay-per-view where Merab beats Peter Yan for the second time, I think 4 months down the line, so 6 months down the line for Nurmagomedov, I think we do Umar versus Peter Yan. I love this fight. I wanted this fight initially. This was a fight I wanted for Umar. I still think it's a possibility we can get this fight made. I don't want to see Umar versus Merab for the rematch after Umar is coming off a single fight win streak. and I go look at the division, and the only other like logical guy you could give Umar right here is someone like a Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley ain't taking that fight, so I want this fight next. This one makes sense, and it'll probably make sense scheduling wise once we see where Peter Yan is. But Mario Bautista looked very good out there, even though he didn't really win a single round. Looked really good. He had really good scrambles here and there. Did good on the feet. He dropped Umar in the second round. But I go through the division again, and it's hard to pick someone for Mario Bautista. It was a big step up in competition, but I think we give him another former title challenger and someone who's on a pretty big losing streak right now. And it just makes sense ranking-wise, scheduling-wise, and it's a fight I want to see. Let's do Mario Bautista, Marlon Chito Vera. Makes sense. I want to see this one next. I think this would be a really fun fight, and I could see Chito getting it done here. You know, a lot of people are hating on him, including me, but this dude is going to be a big threat in that bantamweight division for a long time. Let's keep moving down to for Jailton Almeida. Blessed that we have some competent judges. There's some idiots online saying that this was one of the biggest robberies in the UFC. Absolutely not. Jailton Almeida did 0 on the ground, and I'm so happy we're finally changing, you know, the judges scorecard criteria of what wins rounds, because Jailton Almeida did not win that fight. He did nothing the entire fight, and people are probably wondering, where's Volkov? Volkov will fight the winner of Cyril Gane versus Tom Aspinall. We don't need Volkov to fight another time here in the meantime. But Jailton Almeida, what do you with Almeida? We drop him down into the rankings. He had a shit performance. I think we do Ante. You know, this seems like a fun matchup. It makes sense scheduling and ranking wise. Put this on the prelims of 323, main events of these prelims. So then we can get some promotion behind Ante because he's Tom's best friend. But moving down, Azamat Murzakanov got it done. I thought it would have been a second round KO. Super quick, you know, super quick KO. Rakić literally needs to retire at this point. He called out what was it? He called out a number 1 contender fight. You ain't getting that, buddy. I'm sorry. That ain't happening. However, best I can do for you, Dominic Reyes. Give him a former champion and a guy who was on a bit of a win streak here. Let's do a retirement fight for Dominic Reyes. Azamat, Dominic Reyes, run this one next. Let's run through these prelims really quick, because I know a lot of you guys don't care that much, but there are some bangers on this fight. Like fucking Quillan. Quillan caught a body in this fight, and I thought it was going to go to the decision, 29-28. I could have seen a submission here, but like, holy shit. Quillan literally killed fucking Nazrat. It was one of the scariest KOs in a long time, because that dude was out cold for a very long time. Nazrat was pretty highly ranked. Quillan called a top 15 guy. And, you know, I think he's very marketable. I think they're going to Sydney here pretty soon. Put him on this card. Do Quillan, Grant Dawson. The UFC don't like Grant Dawson at all. And this is a fight you could see the UFC making just because they don't like Grant Dawson. With that being said, why does it feel like Grant Dawson is scheduled to fight someone right now? Let me just double check. He is not scheduled. So good. He's not scheduled. He's on a 3-fight win streak. Who cares? Quillan versus Grant Dawson. Run that one next. This is a good fight. Then Ikram Aliskerov. Garbage fight. Absolute stinker. And what do we do with that? I think we give him someone who is here fighting pretty soon in Kyle Daukaus. Daukaus is fighting, I think, next week against GM3. He's beating GM3. GM3 needs to retire. After that fight, Ikram versus Kyle Daukaus needs to happen. Run that one next. It makes sense. And yeah, I don't know why they're giving Kyle Daukaus GM3. It doesn't... I don't even know. I don't know. I want to see this one next, and especially because it's such a shit performance from Ikram, you gotta give him something like a Kyle Daukaus. You can't reward him with a top 15 or any big name value, dude. Moving down, Ludovit Klein also got a pretty good win here. I don't know why Rembeki took this fight. The only thing I can think of is Rembeki is in generational debt, because I have no idea why he took this fight so soon after that war with Chris Duncan. He, the damage can't be worth it. And Klein, he's going to be out for a while. Broke that ankle last few minutes of round 3. I think we do, hear me out on this one, because it's going to be a multi-layer plan here. Ludovit Klein, Alexander Hernandez. I think Hernandez's next fight is going to be for a top 15 spot. He is on a little bit of a run here. Give him a top 15 level guy. I don't think he gets past any top 15 fighter right now. Even if he does, great. Still do this one, but I don't think that's happening. So Alexander, after a failed top 15 run, Ludovit Klein. After that, we can do Ludovit Klein versus a top 15 level fighter. Let's keep moving down, though. Valter Walker. Nailed this one literally to the T. I said Valter Walker first round heel hook. Exactly what happened. Easiest pick of my life. That being said, he had a nasty call out. You know, my poor boy, Chris Barnett. Title run starts now. Trust. Title run starts now for Chris Barnett. But yeah, had some nasty words for Chris Barnett. Called out Hamdi. Run this one next. This is a fun one, and I think we're just trying to get as many heel hook first round submissions as we can for Valter Walker. I want this one next. Then Nathaniel Wood. What did I say? I said Nathaniel Wood is going to win this fight because he has that dog in him and he's going to break Delgado in the later rounds. Now, is that what happened? Yeah, he's got that dog in him, but did he necessarily break Delgado? No. It was a huge win for Nathaniel Wood. Very close fight. Nathaniel Wood got that dog in him. He's on a good win streak now. He got a very good win in Delgado. Let's reward him with a top 15 fighter in the classic top 15 gatekeeper himself, Dan Ige. Look at this shit. This just looks beautiful right here. We need to make this fight. I wouldn't be mad if we have this as a co-main event on a Apex Fight Night card. You know, something along those lines. But moving down, Mitch Raposo got it done. First win in the UFC. I think we do... It's crazy because Azat looked terrible in this fight and just way too cautious. But Mitch Raposo versus Clayton Carpenter. Carpenter hasn't had much success in the UFC. If he loses to Mitch Raposo, we cut him. If Mitch Raposo loses, we think about cutting him. But then, apparently it doesn't matter if you are on a huge inactive streak. You can just come back looking better than ever because that's what Mizuki just did. I think we do her versus Pereira Rodriguez. Who really cares at the end of the day? But you guys have to let me know what you guys think of this pay-per-view. Definitely one of the, maybe it's not the weaker, like the weakest ones of the year, but it feels like that just because of how anticlimactic that fucking title fight was. But let me know what you guys think about this one. What do we think? Do you guys think we're going to see the rematch this year of Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gane? Is that happening this year? Are we getting it next year? I don't want to wait that long for this. There was no damage taken other than poor Tommy Boy's eyes, which should be healed up within, they should be ready to go in 2 months' time. You know, that's my thinking towards it. But yeah, I want to see this one. Again, we're having December be the last pay-per-view of this contract with ESPN. Why not stack it with one more title fight? You know, can't hurt that much. But yeah, I want to see that. But yeah, that's what I would do. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments below, and thank you guys for watching to the end of the video, and I will see you guys in my next video.